Okay, since this is my first Raw back since my break, I'm just going to get through some of the points I want to get across, and then, just as quickly, forget about this Raw. Okay, so let's start about it. This is the Raw after Hell in a Cell. Hurrah. This Hell in a Cell, we saw Drew McIntyre lose. Thank God. We, very early on, get a promo with Bobby in the VIP section as Woods challenges Bobby to a Hell in a Cell match later in the night. Cool. Then, Ricochet wins against Wait on. Okay, actually, I'll take a break there. Ricochet beat AJ? That feels so undeserved. Like, look, imagine if Ricochet was a heel and actually could talk on the mic. Then that'd be well deserved. But he's not. And AJ's a heel who could talk on the mic. And that... slowly losing my mind. Okay, then we got the dude drop name. I hate it. Thank God it's a joke. Okay, apparently Charlotte gets a rematch. The creative is dead, and I am so inside. Okay, Morrison beats Orton with the help of Miz as he shoots water guns into Randy's face. Also, Randy! Okay, Nikki Cross comes back as the Hurricane. Haha, credit Shane Helms, though. Hurricane Shane Helms. He was the one who came up with that on Twitter. But I'm stealing it because I'm better. What's up with that? Next up, Riddle beats Drew. McIntyre or McIntyre? Jackson Riker tries giving advice to Mansoor. Also, there were some releases more recently. My only question is, how did all the 205 guys get cut, and yet Jackson Riker still has a job? Hell, with that new haircut, he looks even more like a racist. I don't think it did him any good. Okay, then we get to the main event, where Woods dies in Hell in a Cell. Just like Taylor Priest's WWE career. Oh yeah, by the way, I actually watched it. It was a good Raw. I just don't feel like putting effort into this Raw review just for now. I'm getting back to it, I swear. Put more effort into the SmackDown review. So I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. It's an okay show. It was really good in the aspect of improving over the previous weeks, but you also can't say something is so good whenever the improvement is like a 0.% better than it was the prior week. So, like... that's where I am in my life. And that's where Raw is. And that's where really WWE is. Because, I mean, like, literally, after the most recent cuts, I genuinely asked who was left on the roster. Now, after the more recent cut, I now have to ask, who else can they cut?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I love the young people.
I thought 205 Live got canceled. I didn't even know that show existed anymore. And somehow, they also cut Breeze and Fandango, who were not only veterans, but also great contributors to a YouTube show. They also cut Marina. They cut Jessie 2 weeks ago, and now they cut Marina. Like, come on. Next gotta be Shayna, which I'm not going to be excited for, but also, I mean, like, it is getting difficult to like wrestling in general, because with AEW and its flippy shit, and also the fans are unbearable on both sides. I hate wrestling fans. I think Nelson agrees with me on that one. I hate myself. But like with AEW, the fans are unbearable, and the people up top have very sensitive skin, whereas WWE's officials have very thick skin, but they're not willing to listen to anyone unless it forces a certain agenda that they want to push. Like, oh, hey, look at that tiny guy. Push him. Like, okay, we'll push the tiny guy. No, we don't want him to be pushed. Not that tiny guy, the other tiny guy. Which tiny guy? You see my point. Okay, rant over.